It's not a good look for brands and things like that you are a married woman and pregnant by another man, and your last baby with your husband is not even a year old. It's a horrible.
Cardi B is caught in the middle of a shocking storm: rumors of a secret pregnancy, a messy marriage, and a controversial link to Stefon Diggs. But is this just gossip, or the biggest mistake of her career? Let's break it all down. For several months, whispers have circulated suggesting that Cardi B might be expecting. Much of this chatter has come from gossip outlets, which often thrive on speculation rather than fact. Despite the constant buzz, no credible evidence ever confirmed the rumors. This isn't the first time Cardi B has found herself at the center of pregnancy speculation, and it certainly won't be the last. As one of the most visible women in hip-hop, almost everything she does becomes magnified through the lens of celebrity culture. Something as ordinary as eating on live streams or choosing a different outfit style can quickly spark debates online about whether she's hiding a bump. In many ways, these conversations reveal more about how society views famous women than they do about Cardi herself. Celebrity pregnancies, in particular, hold a unique fascination for the public. Fans, bloggers, and even casual onlookers often see them as cultural events, moments that blur the line between private life and public spectacle. In Cardi B's case, her openness on social media makes her an even bigger target for this kind of speculation. A single clip of her snacking or joking around with fans can easily become fuel for hundreds of posts across gossip pages, each one interpreting her behavior as a clue. Yet, this cycle also demonstrates how rumors can snowball. A claim made on a single blog can quickly spread across platforms until it feels like a widely accepted truth, even without evidence to back it up. The obsession with whether Cardi B is pregnant also raises questions about boundaries. Why is it that when a woman gains or loses weight, changes her fashion, or simply takes a step back from the spotlight, the immediate assumption is that she must be expecting? This reflects a broader societal tendency to link women's identities to motherhood, regardless of what they may actually be going through. For someone like Cardi B, who has built a career on challenging stereotypes and taking control of her own narrative, being reduced to endless pregnancy rumors can feel both reductive and invasive at the same time. It's worth acknowledging why these stories resonate so strongly with the public. Cardi B is not just a rapper, she's a cultural figure who represents resilience, ambition, and the possibility of transformation. Many people feel invested in her life, not just as an artist but as a person whose journey mirrors themes of struggle and triumph. The idea of her expanding her family becomes, to some fans, a storyline in an ongoing saga they've been following for years. In that sense, the rumors aren't just about curiosity, they're about connection, even if the form that connection takes is intrusive. However, there's a risk in this constant cycle of speculation. When gossip overshadows facts, it can distort the way people perceive both the celebrity and the situation. In Cardi B's case, persistent pregnancy rumors risk trivializing her achievements and shifting focus away from her music, business ventures, and activism. They also contribute to a culture where women feel constantly scrutinized, as though every move must be justified or explained to the public. Ultimately, whether or not Cardi B is pregnant is her story to tell, not the blogs. What this ongoing chatter does reveal is the hunger for narratives that mix glamour, drama, and personal stakes. For the gossip industry, a story about Cardi B expecting is irresistible. It combines fame, family, and speculation into a single headline. But as consumers of these stories, it's worth pausing to consider what it means when we turn someone else's private milestones into public entertainment. The truth is, Cardi B's life will continue to inspire attention no matter what stage she's in, pregnancy or not. Her energy, her honesty, and her ability to turn her personal journey into relatable stories ensure that people will keep watching. Yet, as fans and followers, perhaps the challenge lies in choosing which parts of her story to amplify: the rumors that keep the blogs buzzing, or the accomplishments that truly define her legacy.
We're 30 weeks pregnant. No, you stupid. Fucking out of breath because I got asthma, not because of that. Fuck up. Always be funny in this. Stop fucking being funny in this bitch before you get fucking blocked. Now put your ass on a motherfucking cock-hole. Stupid ass comment. Don't put that shit on me.
Not long ago, speculation reignited after Cardi B's live streams showed her indulging in large meals and craving unusual food combinations. Viewers quickly linked her appetite to pregnancy, assuming it was a telltale sign. Still, her appearance didn't make the rumors easy to confirm she wasn't visibly showing at the time. Then, on August 27th, paparazzi spotted her leaving court amid an ongoing civil case, and this time the whispers grew louder. Her look suggested she might indeed be expecting, a suspicion she later touched on while addressing fans during a live session. The incident highlights how closely Cardi B's life is examined under the public lens. A celebrity's livestream, something as casual as eating or joking with fans, can suddenly transform into evidence in the eyes of viewers. It's a reminder of how the smallest gestures, what she eats, how she dresses, or even the angle of a camera are magnified and reinterpreted when someone lives in the spotlight. For Cardi B, this type of scrutiny is not new, but it raises an important question. Why do fans and gossip outlets leap so quickly to conclusions about pregnancy? Part of the answer lies in the culture surrounding celebrity motherhood. Pregnancy, for famous women, isn't just a private milestone, it becomes a storyline the public feels entitled to follow. Fans celebrate, speculate, and sometimes even criticize, turning an intimate chapter into a collective obsession. For someone like Cardi B, who is known for her transparency and outspoken nature, people may feel even more entitled to know the details of her personal life. This creates a tension. While she thrives on connecting with her audience, she also faces a barrage of assumptions. Whenever she displays the slightest behavior that deviates from the norm, the paparazzi photos taken outside court on August 27th only added fuel to the fire. In those images, Cardi B appeared in a way that some observers interpreted as a pregnancy glow, and once again the conversation shifted from her legal matters to her body. The fact that a serious civil case became secondary to speculation about her potential pregnancy shows how quickly public narratives can pivot when it comes to women in entertainment. It also underscores the imbalance in coverage. Her artistry, her business ventures, and her advocacy often take a backseat to discussions about her personal life. When Cardi later addressed the rumors on a live session, it reflected her awareness of how powerful the conversation had become. In today's media landscape, silence often fuels speculation, but addressing it head-on can help reclaim the narrative. Yet, even when a celebrity sets the record straight, not everyone believes them. For some, the thrill lies not in the truth but in the guessing game itself. What's fascinating is how these rumors ripple outward. Fans debate online, gossip sites generate clicks, and even mainstream outlets pick up the story, amplifying it further. In effect, a few moments from a live stream and some candid paparazzi shots can snowball into an international conversation. It shows the machinery of modern fame, where perception often carries more weight than fact. But beneath all the speculation, there's a larger conversation worth having. Why are pregnancy rumors still treated as breaking news? On one hand, they reflect genuine excitement. Fans want to celebrate milestones with the people they admire. On the other, they reveal society's persistent fixation on tying women's value to motherhood, as though career, artistry, or influence aren't enough. Cardi B herself has spoken openly about the challenges of balancing her career with motherhood, making it clear that these are deeply personal choices, not public entertainment. In the end, the August 27th court appearance and subsequent live session reveal a pattern that extends beyond Cardi B. They illustrate how celebrity women, in particular, face unique pressures. Their bodies are policed, their choices scrutinized, and their privacy constantly negotiated against the demands of a public eager for the next big headline. Whether or not she is expecting, the bigger story here is about the dynamics of fame, speculation, and the blurred line between curiosity and intrusion. Recently, Cardi B clapped back at someone who joked she looked 38 weeks pregnant, pointing out that such a claim would mean she was due to give birth almost immediately. Clear exaggeration. Still, speculation around her pregnancy has been tied to rumors of a relationship with NFL player Stefon Diggs, while Cardi B continues to receive immense support from fans. Her choices have sparked controversy. Critics argue that becoming pregnant by Diggs, while still legally married, undermines the image she often projects of being on the highest level. Some have labeled her actions reckless, questioning how such decisions might affect her role as a mother. The controversy deepened when detractors recalled Diggs' own questionable past, including being spotted on a boat in circumstances that raised eyebrows, adding fuel to the debate. Voices online have pointed out that Cardi B was allegedly present during some of these incidents, which has only intensified scrutiny. For critics, The situation isn't just about pregnancy, but about accountability, how personal decisions intersect with public image and responsibility. The narrative took another twist when allegations resurfaced against Diggs himself. A former hairstylist accused him of assault, and his bold sense of fashion, often described as metrosexual, has led some to speculate about his sexuality. While unverified, these rumors further complicate the picture and reveal how quickly celebrity culture mixes truth, gossip, and perception into one swirling storm of debate. Lately, online discussions about Stefon Diggs have taken on a sharp edge, with some speculating about his mannerisms and sexuality. While those rumors remain unproven, one thing is certain: Diggs has built a reputation as a ladies' man. Stories about his fleeting relationships have circulated for years, and now his name is being linked to Cardi B. The connection has sparked heavy criticism. Cardi B once walked away from Offset after admitting to his infidelity, so many expected her next move to reflect growth. Instead, detractors argue she aligned herself with someone carrying similar, if not more complicated, baggage. Unlike Offset, who at least married her, Diggs hasn't made that commitment. Yet the two are rumored to be expecting a child together, complicating matters. Further, are new reports that Diggs may be involved with multiple women at the same time, allegedly sending lavish gifts and even expecting children with more than one partner. If true, this paints a messy picture. Multiple pregnancies overlapping, strained relationships, and questions about accountability. For Cardi, critics wonder why she would leave a situation with Offset, only to step into something equally unstable. This debate highlights a broader theme in celebrity relationships: the gap between public image and private choices. Cardi B, celebrated for her financial success and influence in music, is not automatically afforded the same leverage in her personal life. Dating dynamics follow their own rules, and wealth or fame doesn't guarantee better romantic options. Some commentators argue that because of how Cardi presents herself publicly through her music, her online conflicts, and her outspoken nature, she may attract the very type of partners she claims to want to avoid. The larger point is sobering. Personal growth doesn't always follow professional success. Many women, not just celebrities, find themselves caught in cycles of repeating unhealthy choices, mistaking a change of partner for a change of pattern. Until those patterns are recognized and broken, the outcomes often look the same, just with different faces. This is one of the most overlooked realities of human behavior. People assume that because someone has achieved wealth, fame, or status, they've also gained the wisdom to navigate their personal lives with the same level of strategy. But personal growth and professional achievement run on two different tracks. A woman may build an empire, command boardrooms, or dominate a stage, yet still find herself returning to relationships that mirror past disappointments. Success in one area does not automatically translate into clarity or strength in another. Part of the reason lies in comfort zones. Human beings are wired to repeat what feels familiar, even if it isn't healthy. A person who grew up around dysfunction may unconsciously gravitate toward partners who recreate those dynamics, mistaking the chaos for passion or stability. For celebrities, the pressures are amplified by visibility. The entire world watches as they stumble, recover, and sometimes stumble again. What might be a quiet mistake for someone else becomes a headline for them, reinforcing the idea that they're failing even when they're simply navigating the same struggles many ordinary people face. The cycle is also fueled by the illusion of change. It's easy to believe that switching partners means progress, but without deeper self-reflection, the same behaviors and expectations follow into the next relationship. This creates a carousel effect: new names, new faces, but the same heartbreak. Celebrities like Cardi B exemplify this in the public eye, but the truth is, it's not limited to the famous. Everyday women and men experience this as well. A person may leave a toxic partner only to end up with someone who displays the same red flags, simply dressed in different clothing. Breaking that cycle requires uncomfortable honesty. It means asking, why do I attract these types of people? What part of me responds to their behavior? What wounds am I unknowingly trying to soothe by repeating this pattern? These are not easy questions, and they can't be answered by money, career achievements, or even public validation. They demand deep self-work, often involving therapy, accountability, and the willingness to walk away not just from certain people, but from the versions of ourselves that keep choosing them. Society often romanticizes the idea of reinvention, especially for women who leave high-profile relationships. We cheer them on for moving forward and finding someone new. but rarely do we pause to consider whether they've actually confronted the reasons they ended up in the last situation. Without that pause, reinvention can become nothing more than repetition disguised as progress. And while the conversation often centers on women, this truth applies to men as well. Plenty of successful men cycle through relationships with partners who reflect unresolved issues, proving that the root of the problem isn't gender, but human nature. The difference is that women, particularly those in the spotlight, are judged more harshly for their missteps. Where a man might be excused as finding himself, a woman is often labeled reckless, naive, or incapable of making good choices. Ultimately, professional success is measurable. It comes with awards, titles, and money in the bank. Personal growth, however, is invisible until it shows up in the quality of one's choices. A person who has truly grown begins to break cycles, to choose differently, to prioritize peace over chaos and substance over flash. Until then, no matter how impressive their career may look from the outside, the personal story remains stuck on repeat. That's the real takeaway. Change is not about swapping characters in the same old play. It's about rewriting the script entirely.